Hello there, everyone, and welcome to TVS Nightline. Here with me, Cheryl Shamina. As always, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's get to the headlines. Now, good news is after a long hold process, applicants of the i-Sinar under the Employees Provident Fund, or EPF, can breathe a sigh of relief after receiving their results today. Therefore, TVS has received mixed reactions on their respective results.
Kami pun permohonan telah diluluskan. Duit tu mungkin buat masa tu kami simpan dulu. Mungkin ada emergency ke dalam tahun baru tu kita sih tahu kan COVID, kita pun ekonomi pun turun naik, kita sih tahu. Jadi itu adalah satu kita pun backup plan lah.
Permohonan yang lulus ya, kami ada jangka masa panjang dan jangka masa pendek. Jangka masa panjang adalah insya-Allah mun ada rezeki 10,000 yang kami akan labur untuk deposit rumah. First home kami adalah kimek lah. And jangka masa pendek mungkin kami ada beberapa lah perancangan. Satunya adalah kami mau selesaikan salah satu utang kami.
Although the result has been announced, there were some contributors who have not yet received their anticipated result.
Kami ada apply i-Sinar tu, tapi masa tu tengah dalam proses lah. Jadi kami berharap kami dapat lulus lah i-Sinar tu sebab yalah start dari PKP area kami pun pekerjaan pun dah tergantung, banyak program tersekat, jadi boleh diluluskan untuk cover apa yang patut.
i-Sinar applicants with approved applications will receive their first phase of payments starting January 8, channeled through their respective bank accounts. While those who have chosen the purchase order mode of payment will receive their first notice before 12th January. Meanwhile, for applicants in Category 1, whose applications have been rejected, can appeal for the Category 2 application, which will be opened starting January 11th, attached with complete supporting documents.
Right. Now, the Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation, or SDEC, hands out complimentary prize worth 50,000 ringgit and 5,000 ringgit respectively to two winners of the Sarawak-level MyHackathon Innovation Competition.
The complimentary prizes presented by Chief Minister Datuk Petinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg. The two winners are New Aunt AI Sendiram Berhad and Muhammad Nur Hamizan Abu Bakar. Meanwhile, both winners have received their prizes worth 250,000 ringgit under the marathon category and 10,000 ringgit under the sprint category at the competition held in December last year. The complimentary prizes awarded by the state government has portrayed the confidence towards the efforts from local innovation towards digitalization. MyHackathon 2020 is an initiative under the National Economic Recovery Plan and Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation.
Now, no more long waiting period, as patients at Miri Hospital can now opt to use the drive-through pharmacy service to collect their prescribed medications.
According to Sarawak Deputy Director of Health Abu Hassan Al-Sha'ari Abdul Jabbar, the introduction of the service was in line with efforts to reduce the risk of the spread of COVID-19. The opening hours of the drive-through pharmacy are from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. every day except weekends and public holidays. Furthermore, patients who wish to use this service will have to send a message via SMS with their details, time and date upon their medicine collection. The construction of the 150,000 ringgit drive-through pharmacy project commenced since November 11th last year, will be fully in operation starting January this year. Meanwhile, similar services will also be introduced in Tudand Health Clinic in Miri.
Now, following the recent tragedy, with less than 24 hours left for the cremation to take place at the Nirvana Memorial Park, the family of the victims of the Tresol Ferry tragedy is in dire need of financial assistance from the public.
Martin's elder brother Hing Ping said the family is short of more than 20,000 ringgit to cover the cost of the cremation, which is more than 60,000 ringgit. He also said that those who wish to donate can do so via bank transfer to Hing Ping's public bank account number. Lona Ting, 33, and her two sons, Alvin Pang, 12, and Wallace Fang, 7, died after a four-wheel drive vehicle they were travelling in with 6 other family members plunged into the Batang Lupa River on Friday. Also perished in the tragedy were Lona's elder sister Siti Aisyah Abdullah, 36, and her 5 children, Muhammad Aiman Muhammad Hamzah, 7, Muhammad Mustaqin, 5, Kairunisa, 14, Nur Shuhada, 16, and 4-month-old Muhammad Ahmad. They were on their way to Kuching to send Siti Aisyah's daughters to a madrasah school.
Now, applications for the extension of the repayment period for National Higher Education Fund Corporation or PTPTN loans can be made from Tuesday, January 5 until March 31, 2021. Eligible borrowers are those who have lost their source of income amidst the pandemic. Meanwhile, no supporting documents are needed when applying.
Officer Ahmad Dasuki Abdul Majid said eligible borrowers can do so via PTPTN's official portal. He said in a statement, approval on the extension will be notified to the borrower through email within 3 working days from the date the application is submitted. Borrowers are reminded to update their contact details to ensure that they will be notified on the approval. However, Dasuki added, borrowers who cannot be traced can continue making their repayments through the existing channels provided.
Welcome back to the Nightline. Now, the recent cancellation of flight from Cebu bound to Kota Kinabalu on January 3rd have caused an uproar on social media. It is unfortunate that AirAsia had allegedly to have not followed the approved flight schedule provided and had went ahead with the decision to allow additional flights to enter Sarawak.
The State Disaster Management Committee had released and communicated with all airlines on the approved scheduled flights through the State's Ministry of Transport on December 23rd last year. The approved flight schedule was arranged to allow for SDMC to prepare and allocate sufficient quarantine rooms for those arriving into Sarawak. Therefore, the committee seeks the cooperation of all airlines to comply with the approved scheduled flight issued by SDMC through the Ministry of Transport Sarawak from time to time.
Now on to some COVID-19 updates as Malaysia reported 1,741 new COVID-19 cases today, taking the total number of infection in the country to 120,818 cases. 8 were imported cases who got infected abroad, and the remaining 1,733 cases were local transmissions.
Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the Selangor remained the state with the highest daily tally, reporting 687 new cases, then followed by Sabah with 303 cases and Johor with 295 cases. Dr. Noor Hisham added 7 more people have died from COVID-19 while 1,010 patients have fully recovered. Meanwhile, Sarawak recorded 8 new COVID-19 cases, including 4 connected to the Stutong cluster. State Disaster Management Committee said 5 were local infections, including the new Stutong cluster cases, and the remaining 3 were imported cases.
Meanwhile, the cumulative total of COVID-19 positive cases worldwide is now approaching the 85 million mark, following the 100,000 new cases detected in the past 24 hours.
According to Johns Hopkins University's latest data, United States remained the most affected country with more than 20.57 million cases, followed by India with 10.32 million cases and Brazil with 7.71 million cases. Positive cases in Russia now reaches over 3.2 million cases, while the countries which surpassed 2 million cases are France, United Kingdom, Turkey and Italy. While Spain, Germany, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Iran, Ukraine, South Africa and Peru recorded more than 1 million positive cases. Meanwhile, Malaysia recorded the total number of positive cases between 100,000 and 300,000.
Following the next update, Sarawakians are urged to work together with the authorities to contain the spread of COVID-19 infection in the state. According to local government and housing minister Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hian on his Facebook post, the move was important due to the recent spike of COVID-19 cases. He also added that if the spread is not contained, it may become the beginning of the fourth wave in Sarawak. Commenting further, Dr. Sim said that the Mador cluster was linked to a returnee from West Malaysia and the matter should be taken as a lesson for all. Sarawakians who are overseas are also reminded to postpone their journey back to Sarawak if there are no urgent matters. Meanwhile, as the end for COVID-19 is in sight, the locals are urged to play their part with the recent COVID-19 situation. All vaccines have side effects, and what is important, it has no adverse effects. So far, based on the data received by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, the vaccine does not have serious side effects.
The ministry stressed that the COVID-19 vaccine will not cause long-term harmful side effects on people's health. Its Deputy Minister Ahmad Amzad Hashim said the vaccine had been clinically tested. It would be regulated by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency (NPRA). Ahmad Amzad said the ministry will channel accurate information on the vaccine to convince and eliminate society's skepticism. The government plans to achieve the target to provide vaccine to 70% of Malaysians in the first quarter of this year.
The second phase of the Entrepreneur and Cooperative Recovery Plan begins this month till May, aims at ensuring the sustainability of business operations. Now, the plan will be based on the 5E approach, constituting and culture, enable, empower, energize, and engage a direction to develop 1 million small and medium enterprises to become the backbone of the country's economic growth.
Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said the second phase of the plan involved a total of 17.1 million ringgit begins this month until May. The allocation will ensure sustainability of business operations, including that of micro, small and medium enterprises, cooperatives, social entrepreneurs, startups and informal entrepreneurs. He said under the first phase, an allocation worth 171 million ringgit were disbursed from May to December last year, with 20 programs were implemented, benefiting 12,138 people. He said the two main things were given emphasis this year, namely the implementations of the 5E approach and launch of the Malaysian Cooperative Transformation Plan 2021 till 2025 soon.
Thank you for staying with me. Now on to the next news, as temperatures across the country will drop as low as 23 degrees Celsius, being the lowest in months as the country is currently gripped by the cold weather due to the northeast monsoon season, or also known as the winter monsoon. A series of heavy rainfalls are expected to occur in Sarawak, Sabah and the east coast states of Peninsula.
Entering the year 2021, a cold snap greeted Malaysians with downpours in most part of the country, overcast skies and mist in some places. According to the Malaysian Meteorological Department, the cold and rainy monsoon season, which started on November 11 last year, is expected to continue until March this year. The department warned that continuous heavy rainfall for several days can result in floods in low-lying and flood-prone areas. Met Malaysia also reported that most major cities in the country are experiencing the rainfall. The minimum temperature recorded in Cameron Highlands is 17 degrees Celsius and Klang 22 degrees Celsius.
Now, the public have been warned not to spread or share the images or videos of major flood which occurred in the past when several states are braving floods this monsoon season, whereby such act could stir panic among the public, especially those living away from their hometown.
Communications and Multimedia Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah hoped that the public could take time to verify the images or videos that went viral on social media before sharing. He added that the public could also check on the authenticity of the flood-related information they received with the relevant authorities. He further said the relevant authorities have been trying their level best to provide accurate, real-time information. For the latest development of the flood situation, the public can check with the nearest flood operations centre or police station.
As we dive into the tourism sector, through Tourism Malaysia, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, or MOTAC, launches its Cuti Cuti Malaysia, or Santai di Zoo campaign in an attempt to entice Malaysians to visit Malaysian zoos.
The campaign is implemented under Tourism Malaysia Stimulus Recovery Plan (PRE). Starting January 1st to March 31st, 2021, this campaign offers attractive discounts for entrance fees in collaborations with Zoo Negara, Zoo Melaka, and Zoo Taiping and Night Safari. The special discount is subjected to terms and conditions and is based on first-come, first-served basis. Further information can be found on Tourism Malaysia's website.
Meanwhile, a missing man identified as Samsudin Beden, 59 years old, who set out on Sunday at 5:50 a.m. has since returned home in Lundu. Now, the search and rescue operation activated had only found the victim's boat at Santubong Beach area at 3 p.m. on Monday. According to Chief Assistant Director of Sarawak State Maritime Enforcement and Execution, Gilbert Tingkat Numpang, the search operation has been activated by the Maritime Rescue Subcenter, or MRSC Kuching, at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. The forward operation base have been established at the Sea Fisheries Jetty of Santubong, Sarawak at 8 a.m. on Monday. The victim is believed to have went missing after sending his boat from Santubong to Kampong Lundu. The victim, who was on an orange fibre boat with registration number SFS 3207, could not be contacted after.
Anak mangsa tu dia telah menghubungi mangsa tapi tak dapat sekarang ni. Kes Santubong ni kita buat sekarang ni kita belum dapat tunjuk lagi, tapi kita dua aset PMM tu yang mengalu dengan bot kita tengah dalam dekat situ lah untuk buat pencarian. Inisiatif kita memandangkan kawasan laut yang agak teruk tu. Jadi kita andaikan mungkin anggota tu mungkin mengambil pesisir pantai di mana dia akan melalui banyak-banyak anak sungai lah, ujung muara sungai. Untuk setakat ni kita buat di kawasan pesisir dulu dekat dengan ni. Daripada Kuala Santubong ni sampai ke Lundu lah untuk pesisir tu.
Meanwhile, the operations were assisted by the Royal Malaysian Police, PDRM, Marine Police Team or PPM, Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department, Marine Fisheries Department Sarawak or JPLS, Malaysian Civil Defence Force or APM, and the village residents. A 78-year-old man was found safe and well. Bintangor Fire and Rescue Department Chief Nicholas Balulin said the victim was found in a weak state around 3 p.m. on Sunday by the Search and Rescue, or commonly known as SAR team.
The search team found a victim within a vicinity of his farm in Sungai Sian, about 4 kilometers from Bintangor, to which he was then sent to Bintangor Clinic. The search team comprised of the Royal Malaysian Police, PDRM, and the Fire and Rescue Department of Malaysia. The operation was called off at 4 p.m. following the discovery of the man.
Wrapping up the Nightline tonight, as Bau, a district in the Kuching Division, once known for its gold mining activities, has discovered a new form of gold, which has the potential to become a vibrant tourist attraction. Now, several projects have been planned over the next 10 years, for which Bau, which is located about 40 kilometers from here under the Greater Bau initiatives, which are much awaited by residents of the district. Now, Bau Gold Mine Museum and Park and Tasek Biru Resort City are among the interesting tourism infrastructure projects proposed.
The proposed Bau Gold Mine Museum and Park will act as a catalyst to transform the district into a holistic gold heritage town in Sarawak. This will reboot the entire tourism mechanism in Bau by strategically capitalizing its adventure, nature, agricultural tourism components. The constructions of the first phase of Tasek Biru Resort City, which will commence soon, will comprise a hotel with floating chalets and restaurants, chairlifts, as well as promenade around the lake and parks to complement the museum. The project will definitely offer a variety of unique holiday experiences and attract more tourists, as well as create more job opportunities. Tasik Biru State Assemblyman Datuk Henry Jinap told the proposed Bau Gold Mine Museum and Park will become a new tourist attraction in the district. Henry said the Greater Bau initiatives unveiled by the State Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg on December 31st last year was not only meant for the Tasik Biru State constituency but Bau as a whole. He further said a consultant firm has been appointed to carry out a study to formalise the master plan with Bau gold mining history.
And with that concludes TVS Nightline for tonight. As always, thank you for tuning in with me tonight. Here with me, Cheryl Shamina, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.